Using the fly-lead method to locate fish bites is truly a game. When fishing in the wild weather on a tranquil riverbank or a lakeshore, you won't have to worry about fish not biting anymore. Want to know what to do when the fish won't bite or when you re-fishing in an area with no activity at all? Here's a trick to outsmart others. When nobody is biting, whether it's 10, 20, or even 30 anglers on the same stretch, do you think it means they all don't know how to tune their floats? Of course not. This proves that the problem isn't simply about adjusting your float. If no one is catching, it isn't necessarily due to bait not being right or float settings being off. It's not just about bait at all. If everyone is waiting patiently, floating at the bottom without a nibble, it means the fish are not resting near the bottom. They're moving vertically in the water column. Still, everyone waits at the bottom, expecting bites, so why is there no activity? When fish are fluctuating in the water, moving up and down, can you really expect to catch them? Many anglers say, "Oh, I add some fruit acid to the bait," but that's often useless if there's no bite at all. Adding additives or tweaking bait doesn't solve the core issue. If there's no bite, it's because the fish are off the bottom, moving vertically in the water column. Your float is just sitting there, not aligned with where the fish actually are. First, check your environment. On a hot, sunny spring day, if you're fishing in full daylight and see no bites, it's time to change your position. Move to the upstream windward shallow shoals, with aquatic plants there, usually more productive. Always start by shifting to the upstream wind side. If the weather warms up and your current spot isn't working, no matter how you adjust your tackle, you won't get bites, because the fish have moved away, probably seeking warmer waters in the shallow or deep zones. During spring, fish like crucians and carp spawn at different times, so their habits also influence where they gather. In spring, during daylight, you can still target fish at distances like 7 meters, 9 meters, or even 28 meters off the bank, or shallow waters within 1.5 meters. With aquatic vegetation, these are hotspots for activity. At night, especially in spring, don't fish deep. Spawning season keeps fish more active and less cautious near the edges. Use shorter rods like 5.4 meters or 6.3 meters to fish close to the bank, where fish tend to start venturing closer under the cover of darkness. What if no one is getting bites? How do we cope with low pressure, oxygen? What is flying lead? In normal bottom fishing, fish are usually near the bottom. Your bait drops quickly, with the sinker guiding the bait straight down. Fish often snap at it without issue, but under sudden environmental changes, temperature fluctuations, low dissolved oxygen, or low pressure systems, fish may become stressed and spasmodic in their movements. In such times, when you pull your bait down rapidly and they see it but don't take it, it's because they're not in a bottom-hugging attitude. Here's where the flying lead technique comes in. Instead of letting the bait plummet directly to the bottom, you push the sinker up by about 30 centimeters. Adding a 20 centimeter leader makes it about 50 centimeters total when combined. This setup causes your bait to become free-falling instead of hitting the bottom hard. That's what we call bottom flying or flying lead. This method is particularly effective for searching for fish that hover or move at a few centimeters above the bottom, like crucians and carp during spring when they reactive. These fish, generally within 50 centimeters of the bottom, often bite normally. When no bites occur with regular bottom fishing, switch to the flying lead approach.